Hey everybody, one last video, all right? One thing that's kind of important, we talked about the rod you should get and the reel and the best one to get that'll make it most enjoyable. You can bring whatever rod or reel you got and we'll work with it. But, and then we talked about different kinds of lures that we could use or different kinds of bait that we could use that work well at South Lido Beach. The last thing I want to talk about real quick is something that's kind of important, and it's called a leader line. A leader line is a section of line between your main line, and you see I have it tied here. You see my main line is kind of dark green here. This is 10-pound braid. See, I use a light main line so I can cast it farther. And then what I do is I tie this right at the end. I tie a heavier piece of leader line because that's where the fish is actually going to be grabbing the lure, and that heavier line is going to be rubbing against the side of the fish, rubbing around the fish's mouth. And so see, my lure is attached to this leader line, and this is kind of a long piece, but you know, anywhere from 1.5 to 3 feet is fine, but preferably like 2 feet. But anyway, you want to tie a piece of leader line on the end of your line and then hook your lure to it. All right, well, you're like, what is leader line, Glenn? Well, you can buy it at Walmart. It's just, I use monofilament leader line. You can use fluorocarbon, but it's a lot more expensive. This is cheap. This was about $2 or $3, and it's 50 yards of, this is 30-pound leader line. You can use 30-pound or you can use 20-pound. Either one will work for what we're doing Friday night. And you can buy one of these like $3, and that's more than you would need for 10 fishing trips, unless you're crazy. But anyway, so here's the deal. You just take a little piece of 2.5 foot of this line. It just comes right off. And then you tie it on. See this knot I made? This knot is called a uni to uni knot. U-N-I to U-N-I. Uni to uni knot. That is there's plenty of knots you can use to tie that on. For me, that is the simplest knot. It's very easy to learn. A uni to uni knot. You can go on, type in uni to uni knot on YouTube, and it'll bring you 50 different videos on how to tie uni to uni knot. It's very simple. I also, most of the time, just to make things simple, I'll tie the uni to uni knot to my leader, and the other end of my leader that I tie my lure on. There's one of those lures I showed you in the bag with a jig head. And I will tie a uni knot on the end of that. So you only have to learn one knot. Now there's other knots you can use, loop knots. I know some guys tell me all this. But if you just learn one knot, a uni knot, then you can tie your leader on with a uni to uni knot and your lure on with a uni knot. So there is going to be help available. There'll be several of us there on Friday night that know all about rigging things and stuff. We can help you. We can teach you how. We'll even have a little bit of extra of this leader line stuff there. So don't worry about that. But excited about coming. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. I will say the more prepared you are, the quicker you're going to get out fishing. And so I would love to try my best to answer any questions you have. I'm looking forward to seeing you Friday.